Share again. Why have I got Sasha here to press buttons for me? Okay, can everyone see my screen all right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's a really good start. So this year, really nice to have gone through such a difficult year with the entire previous committee, all no changes at all to the committee. Really nice to have that stability. So a massive thank you from me to all those involved. It really was quite a daunting year to be running camps in particular. Big shout out to Joanna, Catherine and Margot for being able to run such amazing camps under such difficult circumstances and taking on that ultimate responsibility for those camps, but also all of the very many rallies. And then at the end of the year, when we really didn't think it was going to be possible and we just managed to get it in before lockdown, being able to do that junior show, I think really made a big difference. So absolutely superb to have had the whole committee running through, and hopefully happy to get us through the next few months as well. It is usually a 3-year period that people are on the committee for, so various people very happy to be replaced if we've got willing volunteers coming through the ranks. So please do volunteer, either if you're keen to get really involved at the committee level or just helping out with rallies, camps, anything else. It is incredibly rewarding. There's a really good reason that so many of them do it for so long. And it also, if you're organising rallies, there's also the huge advantage that it means you can choose where and when the rallies take place, so they can actually fit around your schedule. So for those that are busy, it does work really well. And we are especially looking for those who've got younger children. So those of us with older children, it's hard to boot us out at that end of our volunteering life, but those with younger children, really nice to have you involved if at all possible. So quiet year? No, definitely not. Think again. It's only when you look at Facebook and look through the photos that you see how much was going on. And despite lockdown, Pony Club could actually go ahead with an awful lot of activities, and I think camps in particular were a real lifeline for so many, especially when so many people's holidays were cancelled. And there were some competitions could still go ahead. It was great having some of the area competitions, and although we're not really focusing on it this evening, we had quite significant success throughout a lot of competitions throughout the year. But it was really a year for really building on the basics. And what we noticed is with Zoom training, that the number of badges that we were then able to do coming out of lockdown, and the tests was something that were actually quite easy to do without too much social interaction as well. So everyone came out of lockdown having done loads of Zoom training, ready to do tests, and it was a huge number. We got through various tests. So starting with mini achievement badges, Ella, Nellie, Eva, Hattie, Isla, Toby, Emily, Bobby and Rosanna, and a big shout out to Joanna for putting these road rider sessions on this year. And then their full achievement badge, so Tilly, Sophie, Lily, Bea, Charlotte, Sophie, Lila, Charlie, Marcus, Flossie, Lucas, Hetty, Cecilia, Nina, Hattie, Toby, Shannon, Lara and Chloe. Hopefully we have got all of you on that list. And these Road Rider badges not only are perhaps the most important Pony Club qualification to get from the point of view of keeping you safe, but it is needed as part of the test process, so you can't proceed through tests without doing these badges. So we then had e-test, a couple doing e-test. So Isla and Iona doing their e-test. And I know Joanna's been doing some e-test training on Zoom, and we're hoping to be able to actually do some e-testing via Zoom. Pleasance is making sure that that's going to be possible once we can really encourage people to be out riding again and be able to video that, so we can do that via Zoom. Quite a few doing D-tests, so Isla, Ella, Finn, Emily, Rosanna, Bobby, Nellie, Hattie, Toby, all passing their D-test. And a shout out to Tussle and the various coaches. We ran test preparation days to do the riding bit after doing the stable management. That worked really well. We'll be doing that again this year. D+, Charlotte, B, Imi, Lottie, Hetty, Ellie, Lucas, Lily, Hattie, Sophia, Mamie, Shannon, Lara and Nina. You'll notice some members have actually worked through the test. They are progressive tests, but no reason at all why you can't do D and D+ in the same year. And in fact, some members went right the way through D, D+, C. So C test, Poppy, Marcus, Charlie, Natasha, Tilly, Hetty and Lily. So well done to all of those. And then those involving a little bit more preparation, and we were delighted to be able to get a C+ date at the beginning of the year. And thank you very much to Joanna and Helen for arranging all of that training. And it was great to get C+ success right the way across the board. Audrey, Scarlett, Mia, Rose, Neve and Tegan all passing their C+ and moving on towards B test. And then huge number this year for B, really unusual numbers. And again, it was from doing all of the training over the winter. So doing the horse and pony care part, B test, you can take in 2 sections. And that was, you might have noticed on the photos, the different colour certificates. That is those that are taking it in 2 sections. Lottie, Sophie, Annabelle and Jess, all passing their horse and pony care section. And then the full test, Poppy, Jemima, Ophelia, Scarlett, Bella, Audrey, Lottie, Antonia and Eleanor, all of those passing their full B test. So very, very well done. It was a huge amount of work, as you could probably see from all of the rallies that were going on. It really is quite a big commitment to be doing those tests. So a big thank you to all of that team. Joanna had a huge team helping her with all of that training. And also a big thank you to Pleasance, Julie and Eileen at Area 9 for putting on so many B test days. You can only have a small number of candidates each day. So really good to have put all those extra tests on. We then have just, why is this not? Nope, we're going to be stuck on B test forever. What's that not? Oh, rewind a few. Lunge test. Hannah Richardson, our one and only lunge test this year. And then we had quite a few members going through the coaching certificate as well. So getting their wings ready for coaching. So having given you a very brief preview there of the awards, before we get on to the awards, we are really, really lucky this year that our lovely treasurer, Lisa Hennigan, has dipped into the funds for some really, really nice books. So we have got the Mary King book, My Way, How I Train for Success. I don't know if anyone can see my screen, but here it is. And she has signed copies for various members for some of the main awards this year. So some of you will be receiving one of those through the post, certainly all of those main awards. So getting on to the prizes, and we would love to have 297 prizes so that every single member, because every single member is amazing, and it's always really, really hard. And when we have the committee meeting just before we do the prize giving, inevitably there's so many members that we would love to put in there, and we just can't have absolutely everyone. So if you're not on there, it's not that you've not been amazing too, it's that we just try to just try to pinpoint a few, and have also different members every year as well is quite important. So first of all, really important one for this year. It's not been the easiest year, and there is nothing quite like an absolutely grinning from ear to ear member that really reminds us why it's all worthwhile. So we really wanted to put this in as the very first award for cheerfulness. Goes to Flossie Petrovic. So cheerful approach to every situation. And I think anyone that's seen her out and about at rallies and camp and the competitions at Area 9 would really agree with that. Our next one, I'm really pleased that I think she has actually managed to join us. We didn't think she would be able to. This is for our Outstanding Pony Club Member of the Year. She has been an absolute ambassador. She's been a Pony Club member since she was tiny, following her brothers through. She's been involved in every part of Pony Club, mounted games, show jumping teams, dressage. I think every camp, right the way through. She was one of our older members at the camp year before last, where we had a lovely cohort of older members joining us. And I think we're all absolutely delighted that it was actually a Pony Club visit to the Household Cavalry that has now inspired her career. We're really hoping she's going to come and talk to us as part of the Be Inspired series. And I think she's managed to sneak in to join us. She's doing her basic training at the moment. For those that can't guess who I'm speaking about, some lovely photos of her all the way through the Pony Club. Outstanding Pony Club member this year is Lucy Herring, so very well done, Lucy. It's very weird without clapping and people coming up to get their certificate, I must say.
We can still clap.
Yeah, still clap. Superb. Thank you. We've seen a lot of talents this year, and a lot of our members have been getting involved in the Area 9 competitions and the national competitions. And perhaps the biggest achievement in those national competitions was through the very big Right to Ride competitions. This was a national competition, hundreds of entries. And we were very proud to have a prize winner amongst our members. So very well done. Multi-talented member, Tilly von Portleet. So very well done to Tilly for doing so well in that. Now, B-Test is going to feature quite a lot in our awards because we did have some really outstanding performances. And one of the people that, in fact, came up in the, oh my goodness, really should be amongst the award winners for exceptional riding was highlighted this year. And so a big shout out to her as well, and that goes to Bella Stevens. So beautiful riding shown in the test this year. We have Fiona Jacks is the first of the B test, and this goes for commitment to learning. We had a little sneak preview earlier on. So Lottie Aird, very well done, commitment to learning. I understand from Fiona that every time Lottie passes an exam, she said, that's it, I'm not going to do another one, I don't need to go any further. And she keeps pushing herself and pushing herself, so very well done. She did her horse and pony care this summer, so really pleased for Lottie on that one. Our next B tester, and this member has shown absolute ambition and determination. She spoke to Joanna earlier on in the year, setting out her aims for the year. She was on a lone pony at the time. The lone pony proved not suitable for B-test, and it is important to have the right horse for B-test. So the most sensible option was to borrow one, but the nearest suitable horse was about 5 miles away. And she cycled every day, those 5 miles, including quite a sizable hill, to then ride with no stirrups to really work on her position. We all have absolutely huge respect for her, and no surprise that she then sailed through her B test. Oh, apparently we have to wait. It is going to renew. Are you sure I did last time? I can go too.
There we go.
We have a photo as well. There we go. I did need to wait. So very, very well done, Audrey Veners. And we're very proud of Merlin, who has finally passed his B test after doing a lot of practice rallies with a lot of members over the years. So very, very well done, Audrey. And Audrey now has, having taken her B test, she's now taken on the most wonderful horse that Ros found, retired racehorse. That's a superb project for her, and certainly testing all of that knowledge. Still sticking with B-test, you may be very aware that obviously B-test very, very serious, but we do have to have some quite fun awards going in there as well. This next award was for commitment, particularly for carrying on with B-test training. Let me just let in whoever that is. Yep, there you go. For carrying on with their B-test training despite a biblical rainstorm. And this is apparently going to refresh. So for those who can't see them under all of that, Jemima Keane and Poppy Charles, very, very well done. So we all have to start somewhere. A lot of us aspire to B-test, but all needing to start with our mini and junior rallies. And this next award goes to relatively new members who have really, really got stuck in and involved in all areas of pony club life this year. And their ponies haven't always been the most helpful.
Oh my God.
So this goes for huge determination, and that's really showing in results, especially in show jumping, really noticeable in the show jumping in December. So very well done, Rafferty and Atticus Stephen.
Atticus.
Another member, again featuring on a lot of our show jumping posts on Facebook, always with a huge smile, always incredibly polite, and always beautifully well presented, as well as getting some fantastic results from her ponies. So our Ambassador Award this year goes to Cecilia von Mikkel.
It's just best turned out.
Definitely best turned out. So on to camps. As we said, camps this year were that much more challenging than usual, and we had to really limit the number of helpers that were there, which put a lot more pressure on those few helpers that were there to assist. And a lot of the helpers were amazing. A few really, really stood out this year, and none more so for outstanding effort and achievement in our socially distant camps, Kaylee and Tegan O'Neill for mini camp. So thank you very much, Kaylee and Tegan, for that help. Senior camp, another big thank you. A big thank you goes to Joanna Lambert. Now, she has been running the most incredible senior camps, so inclusive, so about what Pony Club camp should be about for 5 years. We were all really looking forward to being able to give her a proper send-off at her final camp at Hartbury last summer, and sadly it wasn't to be, and instead she was in 5 different places, or was it 4 different places over 5 different days, and with lots and lots of members, but still giving them all an amazing, amazing time. So very big thank you to you, Joanna, for those 5 years.
Thank you. Well done, Joanna.
And as I said, Joanna really does champion those camps that are all about friendship and fun. And Joanna's award this year for the ride that really embraced that goes to the Orange Ride, Molly, Poppy, Araya, Charlotte and Bee. Absolutely superb ride, and it was really nice seeing them having such a good time together at camp. That's right. That's Caroline. So, junior camp. There are very, very many reasons. Pressing lots of buttons here. Very many reasons for this next award, not least the incredible organisation of junior camp alongside Chloe Fitzgerald. This award is always hotly contested. We have some really, really wonderful families in Pony Club, but this was a very easy decision this year. And Pony Club Family of the Year, Catherine, Emily, Annabelle and Tash Taylor, who have been absolutely at the heart of so many things we've been doing. So a very, very big well done. And I have to add, I don't know if those that have got done DBS checks are aware of the amazing work that Catherine and Emily have been doing recently. There's a volunteer service to basically keep people company when they're self-isolated. Both Catherine and Emily have been putting in weekly calls to various people that they've been paired up. And it's that sort of support that is absolutely lovely to hear about. So our next one, again, a very, very clear winner for this one. So this is the Bonnie Cup for cross-country bravery. And this is an award we give. This comes with a trophy in memory of Bonnie Armitage. And we're really sad that the Armitage family are moving away for work reasons, and they're moving house to Henley, so sadly we'll also be moving Pony Club branch, but it's really nice that we will be able to continue to honour the memory of Bonnie and the time she spent with us, not only by giving this annual award, but also by having the Bonnie Memorial jumps, which a lot of you are enjoying jumping at rallies at the moment. So this year the award goes to Kitty Winfield. Kitty was at camp this year and had a fairly a rotational fall, and ended up with the pony on top of her, caught up in the jump. And it took a little bit of time to extract Kitty from under the pony and also to get the pony up and on its feet uninjured. And throughout that, Kitty stayed absolutely calm and quiet and reassuring for her pony. So very, very well done to Kitty for the Bonnie Cup for cross-country bravery. And although I did say it was a clear winner, we have a nomination from Joy for a runner-up cross-country bravery award for not completely falling apart. The coach for the ride at the time, cross-country bravery award goes to Sasha for dealing with a slightly difficult situation in her first full year teaching at senior camp. So it very much helped by Kitty keeping so calm. Staying with the cross-country theme, our next one is progress in eventing. So a member that didn't have the best start to the year, but has come on with the most incredible leaps and bounds. And it's really, really lovely seeing her out there, enjoying her cross-country so much. So this is Roz's award for the most improved eventing.
Oh dear.
Goes to Zara Tierney. Next one is Best Pony Club Pony. And I know there are lots and lots and lots of contenders. And we always love to keep these amazing ponies in the branch. And this is one that has stayed in the branch. Is a little pony with a big personality. So Best Pony Club Pony this year goes to Jimmy Frost's Mr. Pickles. So thank you very much to Tussle for sponsoring that award. Next one coming up, very fitting that we've got Do Curtis and her boys being noisy there, because it is, of course, Do that that runs all of our racing rallies. And our next award, there's not been a huge amount of racing going on, but this member keeps popping up, really, really active in the racing rallies, out there racing whenever he can, and getting some great results. So the racing award this year goes to Harry Vigers. It's not always the successes that we celebrate, and it's really, really nice that a mum of a new member has merrily volunteered that that this particular member won't mind the video being shared for the Epic Fail of the Year award. And just before you watch it, I do want to just assure everyone that he was okay. He did get up and was okay. I'm sure didn't carry on riding after this. Hopefully this will load. So our epic fail goes to, if I can navigate that, Lucas Murphy. I was trying to work out who the commentary was in the background. I think it was Aaron, obviously, and is it Lisa or was it his mum?
That was Lisa. That was definitely Lisa.
So yes, fantastic epic fail there for this year. This year we haven't had a huge amount of hunting. It was really nice that the Old Berks did manage to fit in the children's priority meet. We saw that on the photos. For those that were hunting and for our hunting mentors, it was an even more challenging year than normal because of social distancing and not being able to help members in the way that we usually would. So it's really, really nice that we were at least able to keep getting some of our members out. Stepping down after doing her 3 years as hunting rep, so a big thank you. Where am I going? That way. 3 years, but now stepping down. Unfortunately, I think she's probably at the Hunt AGM. This year it clashed with our awards, so unfortunately she can't be here. But a thank you to Alice, ably assisted Kit, for doing that for us for the last 3 years. And it will be Jess Simpson taking over from Alice. So thank you very much, Jess. Hopefully, even if we're not going to be able to get hunting back before the end of this season, we hope to be able to get our members out in the autumn. And at the absolute opposite end of the scale, while there wasn't much hunting, what there was an awful lot of was rallies. And when we were looking through the rallies, we discovered that the large majority, I think it actually worked out at 125 of these rallies, were run by one organiser. So my next thanks goes to... frozen again. No, not that.
Oh, gosh.
Isn't going to thank me for that photo. Should we linger on it a little bit longer? Yeah. For anyone that doesn't recognise her under the Halloween outfit and running a Halloween rally when we were really in all of those restrictions and absolutely everything was having to be double sanitised and not touched by anyone. So Superstar Volunteer of the Year, Lisa Smith.
Okay.
And you've had another sneak preview. Our Member of the Year, Marcus Petrovic. So this is overall involvement, absolute contribution in all areas. Again, one of those members always with a smile on his face, always beautifully turned out, and a real ambassador for polo as well. And it's nice for us to see. Old Berks used to be incredibly well known for polo, and it's nice seeing that coming back into the branch and polo being played by some of our members at a really really high level. So looking ahead to 2021, and as I said, we've got lots going ahead. I am delighted that one of the people coming forward in 2021, having tried to step down last year and realizing that we genuinely couldn't manage without her. Very, very big thank you to Joy for all of the work that she has been doing. Absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing work. I certainly couldn't do it without her. I had a very scary few months where she really was trying very hard to step down, and I'm really, really pleased that she has seen that we genuinely cannot manage. So can I just say a really big thank you to Joy. Sorry, yes, I am carrying on with that. Oh, no, I'm carrying on with this, sorry. And as well as Joy's support, jumping ahead, we've had support from various different directions this year. So White Horse Feeds is an ongoing sponsor of the branch. They help us a lot with all of the stocking all of our kit. I know that's difficult at the moment, but please, please, please do support these that support us. So Sally Gardner Morrison is parent of a new member. You may have noticed the Valentine's quiz, Fiona Jack's Valentine's quiz, has the most incredible prize this year. So make sure you get your answers in. We'll be, if we've got a draw for first place, we will be picking one of the entries out of the hat, but somebody is going to win a photo shoot with Sally. So huge thank you to her for donating that. And if you are thinking of getting photos done of your dogs or your horses or anything else, please bear her in mind for that. So thank you to her for that. And for those doing the quiz, it's absolutely fine for you to look up the answers. We really don't mind. We just want you to learn. So don't feel you'll be cheating if you look up the answers, but do have a bash at it first, just to see how much you know. And Cotswold Equine Rug Wash, who are a new sponsor of the branch as well. Again, this is a member, in fact, an ex-member of Old Berks, but I think they've stayed within Area 9. They've moved just slightly outside of the area, but continues to support the branch. And she does various pickups in various parts of the area. So look out for that. We'll keep posting it on Facebook. Also there to support our members are various very, very generous parents. And this year we have a previous parent whose child has gone through Pony Club and got a huge amount from it. And they have offered to pay for the membership of a member this year to make sure that nobody misses out. So if you yourself, or if you know of anyone who, particularly in these quite unusual times, could just do with a little bit of extra help this year, please don't let finances be a barrier to being an entry to being a member of the Old Berks. We will make it happen. We have bursaries available. They're available for camps, they're available for rallies, they're available for particular activities. And if you would like to apply for one, we have limited amounts, but also we do from time to time have these individual, really, really generous anonymous donations. So just let either myself, Joy, or Lisa Hennigan know, and we can get in touch and make that happen. So looking ahead, freezing again. Is that not working? No, go back. Camps. We are aiming to do all of our camps this summer, so Tiny Trotters and Mini Camp both at Bright Walton, Junior Camp at Boomerang again. It was a huge success there. And this year, hopefully, we'll be back at Hartbury for a residential camp. We are booked in there, but we'll be ready to flex those plans if necessary. And we are also hoping to be able to run our eventing camp. Chloe Fitzgerald is running that at Aston the Walls. That's probably going to be day clinics on consecutive days, but if we're allowed to camp, we'll be camping. And that's at Easter. So all of these will go ahead as long as restrictions allow it. And the dates and all of the details are on the website. We won't send the entry forms out yet until we've got more certainty. Again, with eventing camp, exactly the same until we know it can happen. But once we do send the information out, it's really helpful for you to put names down as quickly as possible so we can book all of the instructors we need. But we believe those will all be going ahead. And what to wait. Gosh, the patience in this very slow computer. It'll come. I will start. There we go. Teams. So we have teams for lots of different things. The obvious ones: dressage, show jumping, eventing. Also, horse and pony care. Quiz this year we're going to be doing. It's only the second time that I can remember we've done the quiz. I'm sure we've done it in the past. And we are still looking for a member aged 16 or under. It's going to be very much for fun. Just to get stuck in and involved. So please don't feel we probably particularly don't want those that are on the horse and pony care team. So those that perhaps aren't doing other teams would be great to get involved with this. Mounted games, if it can happen. At the moment we're slightly on pause, not sure if that's going to be happening, but also tetrathlon. For all of those, it really does start at quite a young age for those that are wanting to get involved. There's competitions, regional competitions that are at a lower level than area competitions, which can be a little bit confusing. So regional eventing, for example, starts at 70 centimetres. You will have noticed the show jumping team competitions now are starting at 40 or 50 centimetres. Dressage, we have regional competition again for that. You don't need to be any level at all. Anyone can get involved. This is very much about it's not about winning. It's always lovely when we have success, but that's not winning is not how we gauge success. It's about involving members, encouraging them to be part of a team, feeling that fun of being involved with other team members, supporting other team members. It is absolutely not about who's on the smartest pony that's going to win. It really is about getting involved. So please, please, please put your name forward. We don't like to pressurize people to be in teams. We do like you to put your names forward. So when it comes to it later on in the summer, once we know what's going to be possible and we think all of the area competitions and hopefully the championships will be happening. So around about Easter, we'll be starting to talk about that. And obviously we won't have all of the normal criteria of needing to do X, Y, Z this year. We're just going to be looking at what you were doing last year, what you're comfortable with, and then getting you out there to hopefully have some fun with that. And most important activities of all, obviously, is our rallies. I am just going to have to wait. My computer's getting slower and slower as we go. So at the moment, obviously, we are just doing online rallies. And for those of you that haven't joined in with them, I really, really would encourage you to. We are streaming some of them on Facebook as well. But we've got lots and lots of different activities going on. So this week, for example, we've got Scarlett and Lily Starkey are going to give us a tour of their yard at Lyford Stud tomorrow morning. We've got the Horse and Pony Care Badge Rally on Sunday afternoon. We've got famous actor Tom Lambert reading the bedtime story for our younger members on Sunday evening. We've got a talk on feed on Monday evening with Keyflow, and that's going to be looking at everything from what to feed your hairy pony, right the way up to what to feed if you're hunting, competing, racing, so with a nutrition list. And because she had said that as soon as she does the talk, the question she gets straight away is, how can you become a nutritionist? She is also going to do, so I believe it's Philippa is going to do a talk on our Be Inspired series on Thursday about how to get into a career like that. So she's gone into a career where she's lecturing at Hartbury, sort of doing nutrition for horses, so out and about with horses, being able to combine her love for riding with a job that will actually pay per horses. So that's on the Be Inspired. And we'll have lots more rallies like that coming up. So do join in with those if you haven't already. You literally just join with the Zoom link. Other than for the Joanna's stable management rallies are interactive, but all of the others you can literally just have it on in the background and listen in. Don't feel you're going to be asked questions, but you will be able to ask questions if you'd like to. So I think that is probably it from my point of view. We will look forward to going back to all of those activities as the year goes on. And as soon as rallies can open again, I think our message to you on behalf of all the rally organisers and all of the committee is that we are ready for you, and we will be there as soon as we can. So to all of you,
I think Joyce.
Hang on. Alison, you've spent the whole evening thanking everybody and presenting prizes. Don't think you're getting away with it. So at this point, I'd like to hand over to Pleasance.
Thank you very much, Joy. It's been a great pleasure to be with you tonight and to watch an amazing Zoom award evening. But it's also with great pleasure that I'm able to publicly thank Alison for all the work that she's put into being DC of the old box. So she needs a good round of applause, guys. She's organised numerous Zoom sessions, supported her committee through all the many COVID compliant activities, and encouraged the not so confident to step up and embrace modern technology, which it's really been quite hard for the older generation. Sometimes something a year ago many of us would never have dreamed of doing. So tonight, Alison, many thanks from us all.
thank you very much, and thank you very much for the flowers. That's amazing virtual prize. Thank you.
In the bag.
Oh my goodness me. Oh, White Horse Gin. That's amazing. I think I'm going to have to sneak up to White Horse Hill with this. Thank you very much indeed. That's really, really kind.
It is very sad that we're not allowed to have drink companies as sponsors at Pony Club, because actually it would be a good place to be.
Yeah, that would be good.
Superb. Has anyone else got anything at all they would like to say, or should we just leave you to have a nice natter? Excellent. Yeah, round of applause for all of our members.
I think I'm going to slide away and let you all have a good natter amongst each other. But thank you very much for having me tonight, Alison. It's been lovely to see you all, and I see how many activities you managed to fit in what was a really difficult year. So well done, guys, and look forward to seeing you all.
Thank you for coming, Pleasant.
Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
School assembly. No.
Now, and if anyone has any ideas and suggestions for any activities for during lockdown, it is so easy for us to be running these Zooms. So if any of you would like, what we would love to do is have some more sort of yard tours of how people are managing in difficult situations and up to our necks in mud or frozen water and whatever else, because it's these sort of learning all of these little tricks of how we manage in those sort of situations is always really, really interesting for members. So if anyone would like to volunteer for anything like that, if anyone has any contacts that would like to do a talk on anything in particular, that would be really, really helpful. So please do email me. I'm very happy just to hand over the Zoom link, and you'll be able to do a Zoom takeover on our account and stream it onto Facebook Live as well if you'd like to. So please don't be shy. We will keep a lovely stock of YouTube videos of the various Zooms we've been doing. Some of them just for members if they've got other members in the recording. But there'll be a really, really nice set of videos to be able to look back on. If anyone didn't join yesterday for Becca Bell's session, it really was quite inspirational hearing such a really, really honest talk about what went on and the hard work and the sacrifices and the self-doubt at times and the beating herself up in all directions to get to where she did and manage to combine schoolwork with riding to a high level. And for any of you who are having that ongoing battle on combining schoolwork with riding, it's a really, really good one to watch and encourage your parents to watch to show that it is possible. She has now graduated from Oxford with a degree in English while continuing to ride quite seriously all the way through. So do watch that one, would be my little tip. Anything else to add? Somebody else can do some talking.
Thank you, everybody.
Good to see you, and very, very well done to all of our prize winners. I will end the call here.
Can I just do a shout out for mounted games that you can be on the leading rein? There isn't any minimum ability level.
Does that mean I can ride in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could always be the front of a pantomime horse.
It'd be a lame horse.
Superb. Thank you very, very much indeed for that. We shall, well, fingers crossed we can get mounted games going, and I think the plan is to be doing mounted games throughout the summer, and then hopefully we can pick up on it because the areas are always quite early on in the year, so I'm guessing they're going to miss them this year, but it means we'll all be absolutely ready for it next spring. So
Yeah.
Superb. Excellent. I shall let everyone get on with their evening. Thank you so much for joining us, and very, very well done to all of our prize winners there. It's really nice seeing quite so many of the prize winners here as well, so very well done to all of you.
Thank you, Alison.
Well done, Alison. Thank you.
Well done, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. I'm just waiting to see who's trying to turn it off and their faces.
Who do I,
There were three.
Oh, well done. Well done, team.
Alison. That was fabulous.
That was fantastic.
Oh, well,
And
it's quite
no
hard.
one turned.
Do you know what? I
no
thought
one-
it would be easier doing it on Zoom because it should, in theory, be so much easier without having to worry about the, you know, working the machine and everything else in the village hall. It was so much harder.
Oh, that was really good though. Well done. Gosh. A lot of work in that. That was very kind. Thank you for saying that. Oh, very kind of you.
No, well, you two never get all of the praise and rewards that you should, because you really do absolutely underpin everything that happens in the branch. So yeah.
Oh no.
No, I'm with you now. I'm back on board. It was just the thought of Pelham, really, but now Pelham's up and running. I'm not so daunted by it. But that was the real thing, which I thought, oh no, not another database.